there is an innate drive to go out and procreate, but it's not a necessity. We can live fine without it. And that's what I'm here to tell you today, is that over this past year, I've lived without gratifying these base needs. And that has led me to put my energy, my sexual vital energy, into other pursuits. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you what I've learned over the past year of 1 year of semen retention and how it's impacted my life, and whether or not I'm going to continue to retain my seed or release it. And I'm going to tell you whether I think it's worth it to continue retaining my seed or if I'm going to let it go. I have over 20 years of lived experience in addiction, and I'm recently 1 year sober, coinciding with my 1 year of celibacy or 1 year of semen retention, and I'm entering my 2nd year of recovery. So get locked in while I dial this in. 1 year of semen retention has been a crazy ride. When I got sober, when I quit, I was addicted to alcohol, drugs, pornography, and I quit it all. When I finally got sober, I went the cold turkey route and I quit everything. And I'm not saying that it's the semen retention that's keeping me sober and keeping me from relapsing, but I will say that one of the benefits that I've seen over the past year is being able to control my desires. So the first thing that I've learned this past year in semen retention, I don't have to gratify my base desires anymore. I'm not enslaved to satisfying myself. People will say that sex is a biological urge or a need. I would say that it's a biological directive, but it's not a need. It's not a biological need like food and water are biological needs, or air is a biological need. We need to breathe air to live. We need to eat to sustain our muscles and the physiological functions of our body. We need water to hydrate our cells and replenish our fluids. We don't need sexual release as humans. It's not an innate need as food and water are innate needs, right? Yes, there is an innate drive to go out and procreate, but it's not a necessity. We can live fine without it. And that's what I'm here to tell you today, is that over this past year, I've lived without gratifying these base needs. And that has led me to put my energy, my sexual vital energy, into other pursuits, other avenues. And that's going to bring me into the second lesson, or the second thing that I've learned in this past year of semen retention. And that is focusing on creative pursuits and projects and plans and ideas and bringing my vision to reality. It's a painful process. There's more friction. There's more friction involved between me gaining a sense of satisfaction because the reward is delayed. Whereas with pornography, masturbation, and sex, the reward is instant. It's an instant gratification. It's an instant release. It's immediate resistance. There's a low barrier of attaining that reward. But with a creative pursuit, like pursuing a business or bringing a creative vision into reality or creating a project, completing a piece of art, whatever it may be. For me, it's writing and working on a business and doing creative projects. I have several projects in the works right now and I'm working on them every day. I'm not seeing immediate results from the work that I put in. It's a delayed gratification. So I have to go through this process of uncertainty, of wondering whether or not what I'm doing is going to pay off long term, or if it's worth it, or if I'm just wasting my time. So it's a little bit, there's some friction there between, there's a distance between the action and the reward. It's not immediate, but there's a sustainable release of dopamine and reward that happens on a day-to-day basis and week-to-month basis, because I'm seeing incremental results, incremental effects. And that gives me a sense of achievement and satisfaction that comes from inside of myself that is intrinsic. So that brings me to my next lesson that I've learned over the past year of semen retention, and that is I'm independent. As a male, as a man, I've gained true freedom and independence because I'm not relying on intrinsic incentives or an intrinsic reward to propel me forward. I'm motivated by an internal drive to create the reality that I want to create for myself, not for anybody else, but for myself. Now, yes, my vision includes other people and helping other people and assisting and servicing other people, but I'm doing this because on a selfish level, this is what I want to do and this is what brings me satisfaction in life. And I'm not afraid to admit that. But the greatest thing about being able to forego my sexual desires and my base pleasures is that it's propelling me to find satisfaction through hard work, perseverance, resilience, and getting things done and accomplishing goals for myself, right? So I'm not working to please anybody. I'm not working to get a woman. Ideally, I would like a wife, but I'm not working to satisfy someone other than myself. I have no one that I'm chained to. I'm not working to get the girl. I'm not looking to please anybody. I'm not looking for attention from any woman in particular. I don't care if girls like me or not. I'm on my own self-directed path, and it's bringing me a satisfaction I haven't been able to find throughout my whole life, because through all my life, I was working based on the expectations of others and pleasing others. And I was afraid of hurting people, or I was afraid of what people would think of me. And I would base my actions based on my perception of what I thought people would think of me. But now I don't care. I don't give a crap what people think about me. They can think what they want. I'm not doing anything for anybody else. I'm not working for them. I'm not doing what I'm doing for them. I'm doing it for me. So I don't have to kowtow. I don't have to backstep in life anymore, because I'm moving forward for myself. So independence, not being dependent on anybody, is probably another really good benefit of semen retention and not gratifying my desires and my base pleasures. Because if I'm not seeking instant gratification, then what can other people offer me? Porn doesn't interest me. Masturbation doesn't interest me. I'm gaining a sense of independence and freedom because I'm not relying on any one of those things for my self-gratification or my pleasure or my reward anymore. I'm doing things for myself. My reward comes from the accomplishments along the way towards achieving my goals and bringing my vision to reality. So that's what underpins semen retention. And what I've learned over this past year is that with semen retention, I can channel that energy into productive pursuits, and I don't have to worry about anybody else, because I have an intrinsic drive and motivation to do what I do. Now, the last thing I've learned over the past year of semen retention is that all the years when I was addicted to porn and sex and masturbation, I was seeking desires of the flesh. And seeking desires of the flesh goes against the spirit, for the two are opposed to each other to keep us from doing the things that we want to do. So when I was enslaved to porn and sex and drugs and alcohol, I was in bondage. I wasn't able to do things that I wanted to do in life. I was seeking instant gratification to the detriment of my own health and my own future. I was sacrificing my health, my well-being, and my future prospects. So now that I'm retaining my essence and I'm not giving my energy away so readily anymore, I have room. The desires of the flesh are being displaced by the spirit, and the spirit is filling me with the joy and sustaining me in my day-to-day life. Because in my past life, and when I was addicted and instant gratifying myself, I was pushing out the spirit because I had desires of the flesh. I was satisfying and gratifying the desires of the flesh, and that would push out the spirit. It would leave no room for the spirit. But now I'm making room for the spirit by pushing the flesh out. See, the two can't coincide with each other, right? So the one displaces the other. When I was pleasing the flesh, I was displeasing the spirit. When I'm displeasing the flesh, I'm pleasing the spirit. So now I'm filled with spirit, and the spirit is motivating creativity in me. It's spurring creativity. My passion is burning. I have a zest and an energy and a zeal for life. I feel like conquering the world. I feel like I haven't reached my prime yet, that it's still within reach, and that I can only climb upward as long as I continue along this journey. So the question is, after 1 year of celibacy, after 1 year of semen retention, am I going to stay celibate? Am I going to continue practicing semen retention? And the answer is yes, I am. I don't see any need for me to masturbate or to watch porn or to seek sex outside of marriage, because my goals and my sights are on that which is higher now. And I want to honor God, and I want to bring glory to God through my life and through my actions and through my living. And I don't see how pleasing my flesh is congruent with that anymore. And I've lived a life, 23 years I was addicted to porn, and it just sapped my life energy away. I wasted so much of my life. It placated me. It took my drive away. It stole my youth, some of my prime years, just gone, taken away. So I don't want to waste any more of my vital energy, the creative force from the spark of the creator, the spark of creation. I don't want to waste that anymore. I want to rejuvenate myself, and I want to exert my will onto reality as best as I can in accordance to God's will. And if that includes a wife down the line, well, then maybe I'll change my note on semen retention. But for right now, there's no need for me to release or to seek a physical outlet other than exercising and transmuting the sexual drive into creative drives and creative pursuits and passions that are much more fulfilling. And I feel amazing. I feel pretty good retaining. And the level of discipline and confidence and self-worth that I feel that I've gained over this past year. I mean, one who masters himself masters the world. If we can master our base desires, then nothing can conquer us. So I believe this is the first step towards me bringing my vision to reality and making a mark on the world and actually contributing something of value and giving back. And maybe, just maybe, my genes will live on, God willing, right? So if you like what I have to say, like and subscribe and check out this video for more.